I'm not cold. I'm actually, in fact, fired up. Fire.
We'll start with that, my friends. Zach's fired up. We're fired up. This is a big episode. This is Zach's episode, everybody. We're so excited. Welcome to another episode of Attack the Talk. I'm your host, AJ. Of course, joining me is my sister, Lex. How you doing, Lex?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Lexi's doing good.
I'm doing pretty good.
We're vibing to right now to some The Sacred Souls. If you guys are interested, if you guys like what you're hearing, check them out over on Spotify. The Sacred Souls. Shout out. First time I've done that. Shout out some artists.
Yeah.
But hey, it's good shit.
It is good shit. Very good.
Also, as I mentioned, this is Zach's episode. I want to start off. Zach said he's fired up, but I want to ask you, my friend, you're doing well. Sounds like you were talking about how you're having a good,
pretty good weekend. Pretty good weekend. I mean, despite the rain, I'm a rain dude. Like, I love the rain, and all that means is when the rain stops this week, it is going to be absolutely gorgeous out, and I will be looking at the mountains every single damn day because I will be able to see them clearly. Due to the lack of smog.
Beautiful. You know, we need the rain here over in good old sunny California, but the roads can't handle it.
Dude, potholes.
As a matter of fact, it's the worst when you're driving on the freeway and all of a sudden freaking truck hits a pothole and then a chunk of freaking road comes flying and hits your window shield.
Yeah.
Been there.
And cracks it.
And cracks it. Next thing you know, you're like, great. That happened literally as we were heading back.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Was that you? Was that your car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you're both unlucky. I'm so sorry.
Actually, lucky and unlucky. Lucky because of an awesome opportunity that we had yesterday.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Fun. Oh, yeah. I guess we can.
I mean, we signed those NDAs, so I guess maybe not. No, I'm kidding.
No, maybe not.
No, me and Lexi.
Well, we can't talk about the details, but we can say what we
But me
did.
and Lexi, we started our journey of acting. No, I'm
you
kidding.
started.
I did. Lexi, is this a redemption for her?
Yeah, this was a
Because
redemption episode.
they edited the hell out of you. The last time you did it.
One.
But anybody that's familiar with
Jubilee
videos over on YouTube, Lexi did a crazy thing a while back. She went ahead and she signed up and essentially auditioned me and her without me knowing. And you told me you did, and I was like, oh gosh. And you told me what the premise was, and I was like, oh no. And then we got a Zoom call, and I was like, oh boy. And then all of a sudden we did good, and I was like, why?
Yeah, we did really good in our interview.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
Like, he was like using us as like,
as like an example and stuff, you know, and all that, because I really like the chemistry that we have. Because obviously, you know, even
Dynamic
just,
duo.
even just the three of us here, we have tremendous chemistry, which is why the podcast is what it is, you know, and stuff. Like, this is something where obviously I enjoy doing, and the podcast for me is always at its best when the three of us are doing it, right?
I think he hired you for your facial hair.
Yeah, I think so too.
He really liked your facial hair.
I think they just think you're an amazingly handsome and attractive.
As a matter of fact, there was an influencer couple that was there, and and they left the set by saying that we are a beautiful sibling pair.
Yeah, we're a beautiful sibling pair.
Yeah, and I say that sibling pair because the premise of this episode was odd one out. So the influencer couple had to guess which of the 5 couples there was the real couple. There was 4 groups of 4 pairs of siblings.
And one real couple.
And one real couple. So me and Lexi had to do the best we could.
So that couple looks like siblings?
Yeah, and so I'm not going to say whether we won or we didn't, but I think we did pretty damn good.
All I'm going to say is I had a lot of fun.
And all I'm going to say is that we walked into that set and, you know, hey, people were thinking that we were the couple. So...
yeah, it was pretty, it was a lot of fun. The director was a great guy. His name's
Shout
Jules.
out to Jules, yeah.
Jules was great, so nice, so much fun. He really had our best interests out for us. He understood our concerns about the whole, you know, obviously like acting as a couple as siblings is kind of
the idea is
icky.
weird.
Yeah,
the
it's a weird idea.
And so you go ahead.
We did voice our concerns very much to Jules.
Yeah, so
and he was very understanding.
Before like signing on to do it, I had concerns and stuff like that.
Because at first you didn't even want to do it.
I didn't want to do it.
And I was like, well, we have to because we already signed up.
Well,
and I'm not trying to get blacklisted.
No, not we signed up. I signed up.
I signed us up, and I'm not trying to get blacklisted.
Because if you don't follow through after signing, then you're blacklisted, like Lexi is saying. So for me, I didn't sign anything, so I was good. I'm kidding. But
right.
Can you imagine though? Here's the thing, though, bro. You sign up with your sister to go ahead and do this, right? So you want to know what the hell, like, what's the line here? Like, what are, like, I don't want to cross any sort of weird.
I've never seen a Jubilee video.
I've never seen him, so sorry, Jules. No kidding.
Yeah. Well, he's just not online.
I stay away from the kind of like online stuff, whatever, blah blah blah.
Unless he's watching podcasts, he's not online.
So the thing is that I had my concerns. Obviously, we were going to go ahead and have like a Zoom meeting to go and talk about details and stuff. And you know, I expressed my concerns, and Jules did a great job of really making me feel better and making sure that there was nothing creepy going on. They weren't gonna have us do anything that we weren't comfortable with. I will say there is something in that video, and you guys are gonna watch. If anybody goes and watches it, it's not out yet, but it will come out. Lexi, you said it probably in like a month or so, but there's gonna be something in one of the rounds where there is something kind of like crossing the boundaries. And but I will say that again, Jules did a great job of making sure that everybody felt comfortable.
That everyone was comfortable.
Everybody was comfortable.
We were comfortable.
Yeah.
Like that all parties involved were comfortable with what was going
Yeah.
on.
Because obviously there's like,
Or, what,
the influencer couples, they wanted to go and be like, all right, you know what? Kiss right now. Like, obviously they couldn't do that.
Yeah,
you know?
couldn't.
Like, that wasn't allowed, you know?
He was funny though.
He was funny.
He was like, yeah, you made it, you know, you could have fooled us that you're the real couple, but at the end of the day, you kiss, so who's the real winner?
Yeah, exactly. But it was a lot of fun. And even afterwards, when we got done filming and stuff, when we got done filming, just talking with all the different pairs of couples and the couples, right? The siblings and stuff like that, and talking with the one group of couples.
To them during
they were
that
also
lunch break.
cool, and then just talking about how they're like their strategy going into it and stuff, and even some of them have done already multiple Jubilee videos and all that, and yeah, it was just a great experience. It was very, very nerve wracking because it's like you go ahead and you get like mic'd up and stuff, you know, and then once you're mic'd up, they go ahead and we were the last group to go ahead and get mic'd up, and so everybody else was over in already on set, and so they're like, all right, here we go. Go ahead, and they placed us where we needed to be, made sure the cameras were all good, and then marker.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we're like, oh shit.
Oh. Like
And they
there
just started,
there
huh?
was like a little like mic check. Like as soon as we started doing the mic check, I was like, okay, yeah. But then as soon as he pulled out the, what are they called?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
I forgot what they're called. But once he pulled it out, I literally was like, oh, it's
I was like, this is real now, okay? But the thing is, like,
because you are in a big studio.
The
there's all these
build-up-
lights, there's a bunch of.
the build-up wasn't like nerve-wracking. Having all the cameras around was nerve-wracking. I think it really has to do
It
with the
was
podcast,
cool.
you know, like being able to go ahead and talk with microphones.
We're
being
used,
able to
we're
talk.
used
used
to
to
A,
it.
B, and C.
Yeah, just kind of talking
Yeah.
with cameras around
We're
and
used
stuff
to
like that,
this
you know?
environment
So, like,
now.
I think that it was beneficial for us and stuff, you know? And, like, yeah, I was nervous, but I wasn't as nervous as I usually would be, you know?
Because we're used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nerves really came from trying to go ahead and
'Cause this
lie
is
and try to sell the
unedited,
stories. Yeah.
so-
and you guys will see for anybody who's interested, you know, in when the video comes out, I'm sure Lexi will go ahead and post it on her social, so
Maybe.
that people
We'll
can go to
see.
see it. Yeah, we'll see.
I'll watch it first.
yeah,
And then I'll decide
exactly.
if it's worth posting.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm so excited.
But yeah, so regardless, it was a fun experience, and that's something we did yesterday. So again, shout out to Jubilee again, shout out to Jules for making us feel comfortable and making sure that it was a fun, really lighthearted kind of like just whole experience. Nothing too serious, nothing too
No boundaries are being crossed.
Even
It was
talking
fun.
about afterwards with some of the other like episodes they do, where they could be very intense, very like argumentative and stuff, you know. And that wasn't the case at all. Obviously, this was a different themed episode. Nothing that has to do with kind of like expressing views and opinions. No, this was just a couple of siblings trying to lie and
Who's craftier?
yeah.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, there was a couple points where like he would ask us all questions, and the influencer would be like, "You guys are all such good actors.
Yeah, they're
like,
like,
you guys,
damn."
I'm so confused."
They're like, he's like, if they aren't a couple, I'm gonna be weirded out, man.
Yeah,
He goes,
he's gonna
I'm
be
gonna have
like,
some
it's
serious.
gonna mess up my whole psyche.
The thing is, like, me and Abby talked about, because, like, after watching you do Jubilee videos, me and Abby were like, maybe we could do Jubilee videos. And we thought about doing, like, those sibling ones, but we were like, we look too much alike.
Yeah. Yeah,
like-
well, thankfully for us, like we don't look alike, you know, and
At all.
and so the thing is, even afterwards, because when we're done like filming and stuff like that, you know, talking with the other siblings, and a lot of them thought that we were the real couple. You know, they thought that we were the ones that
us.
yeah, because obviously we don't look alike, but you know, it's just throughout the kind of filming, I think we did a good job of trying to fool the influencers and even the other, you know, because nobody really knew, obviously, except for the couple, they knew they were the couple, you know,
Yeah, they
but
just had to act
other ones, we were all
Everyone
kind
else,
of,
we were all selling.
we were trying to go ahead and even looking
all
around,
selling it so
we're trying to
much.
suss out some of the stories and
Because
stuff.
honestly, the entire time I had no idea who the
Yeah,
couple was.
same.
Because I was basing it off of physical appearance, like who looks alike. And I gotta say, at all. Yeah, I say that a lot.
Whoa.
What's up,
Yeah,
Eddie?
I didn't know at all who the couple was, like, because I was going off physical appearance.
Yeah.
And the real couple, they look alike. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And they did a great job of really hiding that they weren't a couple because of tiny little stuff, where they're kind of like, like
did a really everyone did such a good
hesitant
job.
with certain things. Don't want to give away obviously too many details.
Everyone did such a good job.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Exciting.
And also,
Jules seemed to have liked us too. He said he was like, "Yeah, you guys are so much fun. Let's do something again soon." Like sure thing, man.
Lexi was like trying to raise me up too. She goes, "Yeah, my brother's an aspiring actor.
Don't say I was trying to raise you up. That's not how you use that term.
Hype you up. Hype you up. There we go.
Hype you up.
Yeah, there you go. Goes to show what.
That's the line we're not trying to cross.
This is Riz.
Well, she was trying to raise me up while we were filming.
Damn boy, you look so good.
I'm just stop saying it.
I was definitely trying to like.
They were trying to plant a seed.
Yeah, I was planting that seed for sure.
Yeah.
And
Gotta get out there
you
somehow,
were
baby.
too. You mentioned, we have a podcast together.
I was like, dude, should I just shameless plug? But it just didn't feel right.
Also, I guess they put our socials in the description, and I texted Jules.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, sure, send it my way." For you, I put Attack the Talk podcast.
Yeah, because I don't have. Literally, that's the only way I communicate with anybody.
So a little shameless plug. We'll see. Luca was saying that he was like, "Oh, it'd be funny if
What's going on there? Set the clock.
I didn't set my alarm today. I'm so sorry.
He said, "Wake up. This is a dream. Wake up."
I don't know how to.
Wake up. What you want to put
But
a little
it's not.
bit?
Oh yeah, it is on.
I just want to say, wait a second.
Zach's gonna be disappear for
It
a
says
moment.
clock set on the bottom.
I don't need to do that.
Okay, we're good.
It disappeared. Sometimes the keyboard with the wiring touches the keyboard and it goes. But
what's up, Eddie?
I'm back. My clock is back.
Yeah, AJ's networking. Well, I helped him network because at the end I'm like, this was a great opportunity. Thank you so much. Like, especially for AJ, he's an aspiring actor. And he was like, oh, well, fix the fidgeting.
Yeah, I was fidgeting.
But I mean, it's also like your first. This was my second Jubilee video, so I kind of knew what to expect.
Yeah.
But all around, it was so much fun. Great opportunity. Would love to do it again. But we'll see how they edit us. If they edit us to be like the annoying villain, then maybe not.
Whoa.
It's funny, even talking. I was like, there usually is one person, right?
Yeah. And I feel like because we're nervous ramblers, we ramble a lot when like we feel like someone's not understanding us, or like when it's like feels awkward. We just fill the space with more talking.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could be like wow, this person won't shut the hell up.
Like during filming, we were giving like long-winded answers, trying to like thoroughly explain, and then
Jules
for the
would be
others,
like,
Jules was like, "All right, guys, keep it short."
Keep it short, guys. Keep it short. We're like, oh crap, we went on too long.
But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Eddie, how are you doing, man? We always love it whenever Eddie joins us.
And yes, we've been good.
Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we've been doing good.
We had an eventful weekend with fun opportunities.
Yeah, it's been good, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Eddie, this is the episode, man. Are you excited? This is the episode where Zach gets to prove whether or not he's worthy of being casted as Irvin Smith.
Okay, that's a lot of pressure.
No pressure at all, because Zach could do it. I've seen Zach's talent. I've seen what he does over on a weekly basis. Here on the pod, also when we're doing voices.
I brought assistance today for myself.
Is it a cough drop?
Oh, there we go.
In my sleeve pocket.
I like this episode because we see the range of emotions with Irvin. I really, really like it.
We do. I had to rewatch it because I want to make sure that
we see a very kind of
to express some more
solemn, a very more like depressed kind of.
Because he's realizing that.
Well, not depressed.
In the episode,
it's more disappointed.
Yeah.
And it's
he's understanding the gravity of the situation, and he's gonna lose something that he wanted, and is what it is. But he eats it up like a champ, and he goes, "Well, screw it.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do."
Good stuff. And
thank you, Eddie.
We're gonna talk about
Eddie.
it. Dude, Zach's got it. I have full confidence. Yeah, we all do. We have all full confidence in Zach. I know Zach is gonna kick ass at it.
The only thing is I don't get to do multiple takes. If I got multiple takes, I'd be a lot more confident.
Yeah, it's fine. But
pretty soon, who knows? Maybe our next little session, I bring this bad boy up.
Yeah, I mean that'd be fun.
I wouldn't mind that. That'd be fun.
I'm gonna just go ahead and we'll get the vibes back.
These are like two totally different worlds to me. How you do this is like beyond me.
Yeah, it's different, huh?
I like this.
You like it?
It does feel like it's just different because it's the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what's different. I'm so excited.
All right. So that being said, guys, here we go. We're going to continue on with the story. Again, this is season 3, episode 16. This is going to be our final part of this episode, part 3 of our breakdown and discussion. And it's going to be a big, big part of the story because, man, you guys will see in the end. exactly what's going to be happening. But yeah, this episode's name is Perfect Game. Obviously, we know what that means. We know it's a baseball implied because Zeke himself is throwing rocks. He's throwing rocks at the scouts.
Trying to pitch a perfect game today, baby.
And he's very, very accurate.
Fun fact, there's a movie called The Perfect Game. It's one of my favorite movies growing up.
Really? Zac Efron?
Nope. What's his name? Fuck.
Yeah.
He's one of those kids from Disney. This was back when he was like young. Who plays oh shit. Hold up. No, you keep going.
From Disney. All right. But of course, guys, spoiler warning, because I would imagine this is going to be a big spoiler filled episode.
Yeah.
For anybody that is not caught up at all with the story and how it plays out. We love to go ahead and talk about how certain things in these episodes relate to what happens going forward, relates to characters later on in the story, relates to a lot of different things, and even hypotheticals as well. All that good stuff. Real quick, Lex, so in this part here, because Lexi's gonna be the narrator today in this episode because she has 0 lines.
Yeah.
There's no
lines today.
So Lexi, in this part here, this is gonna be for afterwards, okay? I just kind of jotted it down for the scene, so you don't have to worry about saying that. So when you go from here, you go straight to this line, okay?
Okay, yeah. I was gonna ask
this was just a reminder for us to talk about.
Moises Arias.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's
in it.
from Sweet Life. No.
Is he Sweet Life?
No. It's from the Hannah Montana. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Rico.
Yeah.
He's Rico.
Yeah, and he was annoying as hell in there.
But yeah, Moises Arias is one of the main characters in The Perfect Game. If you guys have not seen The Perfect Game and you like baseball, give it a watch.
Interesting. What was the year? Do you know the year of the movie?
Let me pull it back up. I know it was like an early 2000s movie.
Early 2000s? Interesting.
2009, late 2000s.
Wow. You remember those years?
I was 8 years old.
I was 9 years old.
Interesting. I'm all like, I was 20. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I was 32.
Age is actually 56 years old.
That's another thing we lied about over in the Jubilee. We lied about our age.
We lied about our age.
And then we disclosed that information afterwards, and the influencer was like, you can lie about your age?
Like, dude, we can lie about anything.
Lie about whatever. But yeah, guys, another thing I'm really interested to get into, and we can get into that right away, is of course the poll and the Q&A. Last week, Zach had a great Q&A, a question to go and ask our friends, and that was about involving how you would deal with the Colossal Titan. And so Lexi would go ahead and read what the actual question is that we asked.
Yep.
I know that Lexi had to go ahead and give a lot of context to it, so hopefully you guys were able to go ahead and kind of come up with some interesting ideas, and we can even speculate here again about how we would go about that. I think that's a fun little topic of conversation to have, because what do you do in these situations?
Yeah,
obviously you have to do something. You can't just stand there and wait to die. So it's about trying to come up with a plan of action, a plan of attack, plan of defense. And sometimes you have to have another plan after that. Obviously, we talked about last week with Jean and his lack of strategy with when one plan doesn't work, having to come up with a second plan. Mm-hmm. You know, that's where we have the bright minds of like Irvin, the bright minds of Armin are able to go ahead and kind of react and adjust and try to strategize on the fly. Whereas with John, he's one shot. Oh shit, never mind, that didn't work. You know,
bad idea. Give up throne.
And at that point, he's just like, we'll just charge at him.
Yeah,
you know?
like, okay.
Charge is also going to be kind of a foreshadowing word for anybody that's familiar with this episode. But yeah, so again, it's about kind of coming up with a potential idea of having a good plan of action and plan of just like knowing kind of what to do for potentially not just yourself but even for others around you. You know, I think that's kind of an important detail as well, because if you're having these plans laid out, obviously I would imagine that you yourself are surrounded by squad members, because if any of us had to take on the Colossal by ourselves, we are essentially
SOL.
We're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can go ahead and jump right into that. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I would love to read it.
Let's get it.
All right, Lex. So go ahead and you decide which one you want to start with. And of course, Eddie, again, if you want to go ahead and elaborate on anything, or anybody in chat wants to elaborate on why you guys chose the way you did when it comes to the poll question, or even if you guys want to give more thorough responses to your Q&A responses, you guys know that we would absolutely love that. We love to get better explanations of your guys' insight, because again, those are cool things to go ahead and see and to have you guys explain to us, because especially for me, because there's certain, again, point of views that I go ahead and I have in my mind, and then when you guys explain yours, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. That's an awesome, kind of perspective of having. And we all know when it comes to Attack on Titan, perspectives are always so different, right? So like you can see things, or you can be forced to see things a certain way, but in reality, when you look at it a different way, then you're like, oh wait, maybe I'm rooting for the bad guy, or maybe I'm on the bad team, or maybe I'm,
hindsight. Everyone, when we fucking got season 4, we were like,
oh shit, maybe I am a devil.
I know.
I know.
You know what?
So yeah, Eddie and anybody else over in chat, if you guys want to go ahead and elaborate on your responses and your why you voted the poll, of course, by all means, you're welcome to do so. So go ahead, Lex.
So, just as AJ mentioned, with Zach's great Q&A question, we asked you guys, how would you strategize in this situation, being season 3, episode 16? So, I tried to provide as much context as possible with video, and basically it's just so you know exactly what we're talking about. But it's season 3, episode 16. Everyone kind of knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Aaron gets flung.
We have a couple of responses.
Very cool. I love that. Very, very cool.
So we have from friend of the show, I Am Storm, also known as Heise, known as Jacob.
Shout out Jacob. What is Jacob's plan against the Colossal?
Jacob's plan is tell Aaron to use his ODM gear, and then when he's close, transform and go batshit crazy along with Levi.
Oh, okay. So we need Levi involved with this plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so that obviously implies that at some point there is a mission of trying to go ahead and gather Levi, bring Levi over to this side of the wall, having to do it discreetly. But that's kind of even along the lines of what Armin wanted to do early on with just trying to go ahead and regroup, right? Let's get to the commander. Let's try to regroup
another plan from
and try to come up with another plan and stuff, And I gotta say, Jacob, I kind of like the idea of being having that incognito of trying to go ahead and hide Aaron, but then reveal Aaron, right? When he's close enough, and you never know. Obviously, we know that the steam rush it's something where it's a defense mechanism that Bertolt has that he can use instantly, right? But if, and that's a big if, Aaron is able to get there fast enough, maybe he could get to the nape. Maybe he could,
if Aaron's able to get through a blind spot behind him, get above him. Maybe they distract him down below. Maybe Levi's.
And do we know if steam affects Titans the same way it affects humans?
I would imagine that the steam itself is probably the force of it's so impactful that it's going to force Aaron to go ahead and fall back.
Okay.
Because even
it's
with
the force of the steam, not the heat.
Yeah, I think. Well, with the heat, obviously that's going to affect the humans. But when it comes to Titans, I can imagine that the heat is going to go ahead and alter or affect them at all. I just think it's like the steam rush is going to send them kind of like going back. It's going to prevent Aaron from being able to get to the nape. Because
I feel like we've seen over time, the steam rush does lose intensity over time.
Exactly.
So I feel like now this is where I'm going to go into mine. I think it would be a very similar strategy. I wouldn't bring Levi in, because the way I'm looking at it, if I'm in Armin or Jean's position, they got their own shit they're dealing with. Yeah. We know that they're with the Beast Titan. They're on the other side of the wall.
Stuff that they're not even aware of yet.
Yeah, we know that they're busy.
Yeah.
So what I would do is with my crew, which is just Levi's squad and who we have on hand, I would say let's go through the rubble. Let's make our way through discreetly. Aaron, get out of your Titan. We'll use our Thunder Spears to, when Bertolt isn't paying attention, let's Thunder Spear him at his Achilles. Let's take down his movement. Once there and he's falling, Aaron would ODM up, over, and as he's falling down, because Bertolt's obviously falling down, he's distracted. As Aaron's falling, he transforms. And I feel like since the steam rush would already have been used a couple times, it'll be a little bit less potent. It'll still be hot. And I feel like, especially if it's Aaron going straight down, he would have a much better chance of falling onto the nape and just pull him out.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean,
even if it's hot, the Titan may get burned, but it's not going to kill Aaron.
I think an important detail that you're mentioning is the fact that the steam rush it plays a significant effect on the Colossal, because even from the point when they were over on the other wall, I want to say, can't remember exactly, but let's say this wall of Stohis or whatever. Yeah. When they were revealed themselves to be the traitors, right? And Berto was at half transformed Colossal on top of that wall. Every time he was using the steam rush, you start seeing the effects. Next, it gets to a point where he's becoming more skeletal. He's losing that muscle mass. He's losing that. It's
like a quirk.
Yeah.
It's like it burns out over time. It's like a muscle. Like you can use it, but you can't just full power every time.
Yeah.
You guys are speaking very soon. I haven't read the rest of them, and some of your guys' strategies is very similar to our friends.
Very interesting.
Ooh, I'm glad to see.
That Zach has a great strategy.
Yeah.
I do like Jacob where his mindset is. Again, you know, that would
use all of your resources.
Yeah.
Is an amazing idea.
And the thing is, it's smart to go ahead and try to use one of your strongest soldiers, probably the strongest soldier in Captain Levi, trying to take out the strongest Titan, right?
And you know that if Aaron gets in trouble, Mikasa's going to get involved.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then that could be
that's
good.
That's a liability that you don't want to deal with.
Yeah. So very, very cool. And Jacob, thank you so much for the response, man. Great job. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Next we have from Hater Xenon, also known as I Repent, also known as friend of the show, Josh.
Josh, yeah.
Yeah, Josh.
Josh says, I honestly don't see another way where they would come out on top, in my opinion. So Josh believes that the only way that they could have come out with any sort of victory is, the Irvin speech.
Hell yeah. I'm strictly, Erwin can do whatever Erwin wants to do.
Yeah,
I'm worried about big giant Titan, man, right there.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the pervert with no skin.
Right.
And I think too is like even with Josh saying that however the story plays out is probably the only way that they're able to successfully, survive. And I use the word survive, very, very loosely because there's a lot of people that don't survive. But for those characters, the Levi squad, for the ones that are here still trying to go ahead and deal with the Colossal. And we even know now that Reina is involved again because Reina's active as well.
Yeah, he's moving around.
But I do like that with Josh pretty much saying that, like, look, I'm going to go ahead and kind of
go with the story on this one.
I'm going to stay out of this one. I don't think that anything that I can come up with would go ahead and essentially, he's kind of right now, he's kind of doing the Armin right now where he's like delegating to, a different command, a different command. And that different command is...
I'll be Jean. I have an idea.
That different command is Isayama. He's like, you know what, Isayama, you stay as a commander. I'll let you continue on with the journey. But,
Josh is just like, Aaron, I trust your plan. You do your thing.
Yeah.
You got it.
You make it so.
prior to the 80% that we find out later.
Which I don't blame you, Josh. I don't blame you at all.
Because I'm sure, based for the story, obviously, if anyone else of our ideas fucking happened, the story wouldn't end up the way it ended up.
No, I feel like there would be,
Armin might not be the Colossal. If we went my route, maybe Armin's not the Colossal. Maybe Aaron just eats Bertholdt straight up.
Yeah.
Just like fuck it. Like if it were me leading that, I'd be like, Aaron, if you get the chance, you fucking eat him. Like you chomp down and you get both Titans.
Yeah.
So
thank you for that, Josh.
Yeah.
Next we have actually 2 responses from friend of the show, Bobby7.
Oh,
yeah,
all right, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
What'd Bobby say?
Bobby says, I'd probably stick with ramming all available Thunder Spears into the Colossal's legs and let gravity tip him and then attack with Aaron. He also says, I don't know, y'all. I think I'd also leave the horses and scale the wall to help the others. Every man for himself.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? Wow.
Yes, Bobby. Also, I like my little tint going on. I'm glowing a little bit.
You are.
Oh, he's got like
I feel like I've got like one of those Snapchat filters on. I like it. I like how I look.
You're like super saturated.
Like this camera, it's...
Yeah, you're super saturated. I don't know. I wonder if it's... Oh, there you go.
Sorry, no more filter. I'm sure something will pop up later on.
I know. Something will happen. It's always Zach's camera.
It's always me. It's
okay.
But yeah, me and Bobby got that same idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's both very, very similar. Just essentially letting gravity do its thing and making sure the Thunder Spears you have available and obviously implying the same location, going at them, taking out the Achilles and And
I will say this to know off Bobby, because Bobby did those 2, right? The second one. I agree. Fuck the horses. I don't care if the horses die. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
If I was Erwin, I would probably be like, well, if we can all regroup, if we can't, see, there it goes again. If we can all regroup and we can go ahead and get control of the Colossal Titan and even take down Reina, then what's Zeke going to do? He can charge in all he wants, but there's a wall. His other Titans aren't going to help him.
Yeah.
He can throw as many big old rocks as he want. He ain't going to bust through the wall anytime soon. So if we can, for whatever reason, get back there, have Levi, Erwin, and all of those scouts take down the Colossal and the Armored, assign those to somebody else, and get to work, then Zeke is now at the disadvantage. Just leave it. I want to glow.
Leave it.
It's my day.
Okay.
It's Erwin's day.
Yeah, I think the horses at this point now are just going to be used as
I would say use them as bait.
Yeah,
just send them off in a random direction. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, put like your
hey, Bobby, what's up, man? We
Hi,
just read your
Bobby.
response.
Yeah,
Love it, man.
Bobby.
And you and Zach are over on the same mindset,
Me
man.
and you are on
Yeah.
the same wavelength, Bobby.
Because you could just like put like all your capes on the horses to make
Yeah.
it look like you're riding the horses out.
Even drop
Yeah,
your,
it's
even
true.
just drop some gear on there, like extra gear. People who died already from the boulders.
Put their bodies on there.
I like the two. Bobby even says if we end up surviving, guess what? We could just hitch a ride on Aaron.
Yeah,
And it's true.
That's if Aaron can
You know?
transform again.
Yeah.
And if
But-
they get the colossal or the armored, you now have
Oh yeah,
2 more
true.
titans to ride on. The colossal can carry as many people as you need.
Yeah,
He's not always doing steam
Yeah,
rush.
but
So.
Lexi wouldn't be on the colossal. You're afraid of heights.
I wouldn't be in this situation at all. I
Lexi-
would have died a long time
Lexi
ago.
would be hugging the ankle of like the armored or Aaron and being like, I want to be as close to the ground.
I would have died the first episode. I would have been the girl that gets caught in the alleyway and gets
Oh
picked
my
up by the
God.
man. That would have been me.
Bobby, no worries at all, man. Thank you so much for just joining us, taking the time out of your day, man.
problem.
We're always just very, very
Yeah,
thankful.
Georgia peaches.
We're always
And
thankful
thanks for your
whenever you go
response.
ahead and you join us, man. And again, we love your responses. Bobby,
love
you have
your
been
response.
very, very loyal with your Q&A responses, and you always have such great ones. And yeah, it seems like you and Zach have the same mindset when it comes to just letting gravity do its thing, using the Thunder Spears, because we understand the Thunder Spears, they are a deadly force because one, if you're close enough as a person, that shit's gonna go ahead and just destroy
You're just
you, you know?
annihilated. You're just
You know?
evaporated.
And then
They're little bombs.
we saw what it did with the armor
Dynamite.
titan. Like Rhino was so naive, like these scouts aren't gonna be able to do anything to me. Next thing you know, he's
Just made-
His brain is everywhere.
He's begging for for his life.
Yeah, it turned his armor into like tissue paper.
Yeah, and then so no doubt in my mind, if you had a great coordinated attack and making sure that Bertold is not aware, obviously he's kind of having his own, mission right now that doesn't really involve Aaron because he's just trying to make it over to the wall,
Puncture another hole to get Zeke and the Titans through.
Yeah, and that might be the moment where you can go ahead and catch him when he's not looking.
Even when he's got his kick wound up. If you're down on Thunder Spears, if you let him get to the wall, let him wind his kick up, and the second he starts winding his kick up, take out that other one and he'll fall.
Now let me ask you this: when it comes to successfully, doing that Thunder Spear attack, is someone going to have to go ahead and essentially, let's say, lay their life down?
I would
to
say
ensure?
that you have to get close, but not close enough where you're in harm's way.
I would imagine that a multi, Thunder Spear attack, obviously that explosion is going to be significant. Now, in order to make sure that they all land accurately, that's why I'm asking, does that mean that somebody has to go ahead and
no matter what,
and
you're
risk
laying
their
your life down. You're laying. I would argue this would be my perfect plan. I would give Connie, Sasha, Mika.
You're like, I would get Connie to go and do it. Connie, okay.
I know. Connie
Well, no,
does this. Connie
'cause-
does
'cause
everything. Connie's the hero.
Connie the hero. Yes, cue
I
ball
would
hero.
have, you're like, I would have Jean as a leader, and
I would make John commander.
Sasha is the sharpshooter.
she is.
She is.
You know?
But I would give if I were Armin or Jean in that situation, I would say Jean, Sasha, Connie, Mikasa all get a Thunder Spear.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
2 for each ankle. We would go separate, go up behind the armor or colossal titan.
Yeah.
Hide in the buildings when he walks past, or if he's winding up his kick, whatever. You're close enough where you can land your shot. Steam rises, heat rises. So if you're on floor level, there's less of a chance of your Thunder Spear getting blown away, which is why when they go for the nape, it gets thrown up so easily because all that heat from his entire torso is now going up. If it's just his small surface area, little ankles and feet, it's not going to be as much steam and it's going to be easier to land your shot. Hit the ankles, knock him down. Aaron is up in the sky doing whatever Aaron does, and then Aaron drops down and chomp chomp.
Yeah.
So obviously you're at risk because when he falls, it's going to be a pretty big.
I was thinking about when he falls, depending on where he falls
But
at and stuff.
We also have ODM gear where if they want, just get behind cover, lock your ODM gear into the cover, and
I just picture
Send
like
a
worst
prayer.
case scenario where all of a sudden it's like you go ahead and you see him getting ready to fall and he's like, falling over, but he's close enough to the wall where he's able to just
grab it.
hold himself up.
Oh yeah.
And at that point you're like, ah, shit.
And
it's like, okay, now's our opportunity. Go ahead. We all have to go and stuff, Like,
you just got to deal with it. You got to do it.
We're gonna have.
Yeah.
I feel like even if he did that,
Bobby's saying that what you just explained, bro, is like, just the science behind all of it. And there's a lot to go ahead and think about, man. It's crazy.
This is war. This is war.
Because like for me, I already know that when it comes to strategy, like I'm up shit's creek, like I'm gonna be dead, and I would have the unfortunate I already know, like if I try to implement a plan, I'm not only killing myself, but I'm killing others around me, because I'm not going to go ahead and have some sort of, just well executed plan. I'm going to go ahead and try to just, honestly, my thing would be what Armin suggested, is just to try to regroup at this point. Like, shit, like what else can we do now? We've lost already a leader in Hanji, and like we have to regroup. We have to regroup to the commander. That'd be my initial instinct.
And there's no wrong with that.
But at that point, you're just like, you're wasting precious time, and that's the only thing that's tricky about it.
That's the way I see it. Because if I'm in Armin's shoes, I'm like, well, shit, it's just us. Erwin's already got something going on. The last thing I want to do is stress out my commander even more, especially if I knew what he was dealing with.
Yeah.
I would not want to go over there and be like, hey, we're fucked over here,
Levi obviously he's having to deal with essentially babysitting these recruits, and he's doing everything he can to, ensure that people don't die. But
everyone's in a tight spot. So that's why, like, in my head, I'm like, everyone's probably in a shitty situation. Sometimes you just gotta cover your own shit, bro. And just do what you can. And if it means like you lose. But if you lose, they lose, and we all lose together. So
there it is.
Either win together, die together. Pick your poison.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for the response, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.
Also, I was making my own background revelations while you guys were explaining. That I realized that Bobby's full username is 711. Because it goes Bobby7_, and this goes Bobby_11.
Bobby 711.
So Bobby 711.
There we go.
Because the underscore here is at the 7, but the underscore here is at the 11.
Interesting.
Anyways, thank you for that, Bobby. Last but certainly not least response that we have is from the show Eddie.
Oh yeah,
Eddie.
What does Eddie say?
Eddie says, I would ride away on horseback and let Levi take care of the few titans in the way. So Eddie's plan is to retreat.
Yeah.
But you have 3 titans and a bunch of little titans coming out.
And just to play devil's advocate, because trust me, I'd want to fucking run too.
Yeah.
Even if you were to like how we see Levi this episode go to the side and start taking that huge arc of titans as a path up.
Yeah.
Even if Levi takes out a couple, the beast titan is just gonna pelt you with boulders.
Yeah, true that.
And he doesn't care about hitting titans. He can just make more titans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky situation at this point. Like trying to retreat, it seems like it's not even an option, because it's, like you said, Zeke's going to prevent that.
Yeah, the only ones who really can retreat are Armin and their squad.
Yeah.
And even then, if they retreat, then it's really bleak.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, because that's something that even Levi wanted to do. He just wanted to go ahead and essentially have Irvin and Hanji's squad just retreat. And to that point, he was going to go ahead and do, he was going to sacrifice himself to go ahead and make sure that, what he feels is humanity's greatest weapon is these bright minds.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't disagree with that at all.
He'll do what he has to do to progress as humanity.
Yeah, which is obviously why Levi didn't even want him there to begin with. But here we are again in this situation where Irvin is going to go ahead and find himself in a very vulnerable place, and he explains to Levi certain things, and that's stuff we're going to get into in the story, of course, but that's all the responses, right, Lex?
Yeah.
So I want to say again, thank you all so much for the responses.
Yeah, that
very
was great,
well
guys.
thought out responses. This was a tricky question to go and ask you guys. I know that because
especially with the character cap.
Yeah.
Character limit.
Obviously.
I know you guys could have written an essay. I know you could have.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But again, very, very thankful for all of the responses that we get from you guys. And you guys do a great job, again, of just really explaining you guys' different kind of point of views and all that. And it's all stuff that I'm very, very just happy about, because I love just seeing things in a new light and learning about Attack on Titan and all that. And again, just seeing how smart you guys are with your guys' knowledge in this anime. So again, just so thankful for you guys. And now we have a poll to go ahead and find out. And this is going to be a fun little poll. We asked you guys a very, very tricky, very, very serious question, but now we asked a little fun poll question. So so let's go and see what we got.
So this one is in reference to, of course, the last part of this episode, which was our part 2. It's which line is your favorite distraction? So there's no right or wrong answer, although some may disagree. That it's just which one's your favorite. So there is a point where they're trying to carry out this plan where it's pretty much just on this side of the wall. It's pretty much just, Aaron, Taekwondo, and I can't say Johnny because I already listed
you
Connie.
already say Connie, so it's
So it's and John
It's Janisha.
and Mikasa.
Yeah, John, Mikasa, and Armin.
And that's pretty much everyone that's there, and they're trying to carry it out by they need Jean's idea is we need to distract the Colossal.
Yeah, distract so that Aaron can get after him.
Yeah, so we have Jean, Connie, and Sasha all taking their turns distracting, and they say some very interesting lines, which Jean says himself, this is too obvious.
Yeah.
But we gotta do what we gotta do. So the lines are, or the options are, first we have Jean, hey, freak show, you forget your skin? And then we have Connie's, you look so gross.
Okay.
And lastly, we have Sasha's, no one wants to see all that, you pervert.
Interesting.
So, what do you guys think is the audience's
So we're asking
favorite?
which one is their
I will
favorite.
refrain from answering.
What do you
at this
think
point
the
in time.
Oh yeah, you already know. What do you think the answer is?
I'm gonna say their overwhelming
and what
favorite.
is your favorite?
Their overwhelming favorite is gonna be Sasha's "Your Pervert."
Okay.
I think that's what it's gonna be.
You think it's an overwhelming favorite?
I think it's an overwhelming favorite. I think that Connie's second and John is gonna be last. That's my guess.
Okay.
That's what I think.
But what is your favorite?
I would vote for Sasha.
Okay. What's your favorite?
Sasha?
I also voted for Sasha.
Okay, so there we go. So, is that an overwhelming favorite?
It's not
What did you guys vote?
that overwhelming. So
it's not
yes,
overwhelming,
we
okay.
do have Sasha's "No one wants to see all that, you pervert" with 62%.
62. Okay.
But that's first place, 62%.
All right.
Game.
And then we have 33% Jean's "Hey Freak Show, you forget your skin," which means in last place with 4% is Connie.
Oh wow, no love for
Connie
Connie.
got no love.
Connie did not have a spark of.
Yeah. Connie's just, you look so gross.
Yeah, but his delivery.
I will say though, Connie's line was maybe he used all of his brain power for this one line when he was just like throwing shade at Aaron with the roof over his head thing.
Oh,
No.
dude, get it!
Yeah. It would literally just
That's all. Every brain cell fired for the get it part.
So when he was like, "All right, we got to distract it," just you look so gross.
Yeah, he's like, I haven't.
I guess
I'm all joked out.
I guess I was just putting too much consideration into Connie the character.
Yeah.
And again, it's kind of like what we talked about last week with John. How for whatever reason, John just doesn't get the recognition. He doesn't get the love that he should. And I didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
And so second place. All right, interesting. And it wasn't a landslide.
Poor Jean.
Yeah, it wasn't a complete landslide. I mean, it was for last place.
Yeah,
but
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Poor Connie.
62% was Sasha.
Okay.
4%.
Very,
Poor
very
boy.
cool. Eddie himself said he voted for Sasha, so he is in agreement with
He was in the
three of
majority.
us.
Yeah, we all agree that her
No
calling,
one likes perverts.
because that's a good
likes perverts.
because at least just like imagine you're the Colossal and you just have someone called me gross and they called me they said where's my skin
And they're like, okay, whatever.
and okay whatever and
But
then
if
you
someone
hear
calls you a
then you
pervert-
hear a woman go you pervert. You're like, oh crap,
He's like,
what
"Oh,
happened?
shit."
I'm gonna get canceled. I'm gonna get
No.
canceled.
What did I do?
It's true.
That's a good
They're
distraction.
gonna strip my Titan away from me, like they stripped my skin away from me.
Yeah, but I don't think that it would hit as hard if it was like Jean or Connie saying pervert. I think because it's Sasha, it hits
Because it's
harder.
a woman.
It hits even harder,
That's true.
which that would distract me and be like, what did I do?
I'm just doing my job.
Literally, it's not his fault.
I know. But yeah, that is it for the Q&A and the polls. Thank you guys for all of your responses. Thank you for your analysis. Thank you for using all your brain power.
Yeah, thank you guys again so
We
much.
appreciate it. Look out on Fridays and Saturdays, or sometimes just Saturdays if we forget. We're only human. Please be gracious. I appreciate your guys' patience with us and our scheduling. But go ahead and look out for future polls, future Q&As on Attack the Talk podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, thank you, Lex. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, everyone. Without further ado,
Guys killed it.
we have an episode to go ahead and talk about. Again, this will be the final breakdown that we have of season 3, episode 16, and this episode ends with a bang for sure. Just some quick recap again, as we explained. Irvin and Levi are having to deal with a whole other situation than Levi's squad, right? Now, Levi and Irvin are now dealing with the effects of the Beast Titan. Zeke himself is he's launching these boulders that are essentially he's just like breaking apart into these shards of rocks that are just essentially piercing and murdering all these scouts, right? And
just throwing bullets.
Yeah. And so they're at a point now where they're essentially trapped. Zach, you phrase it as
stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yes. And essentially they have nowhere to go right now because everything in front of them, being on the other side of the wall, is just bloodshed. Like
bloodshed,
the
titans and a monkey.
The homes themselves they're all being destroyed now. So they're getting to a point where there's not going to be a whole lot of cover.
Yeah.
Now, what are they going to do? And we left with a certain line last week, which we're going to start the episode with this week, but we're going to find out what Commander Irvin has planned.
Yeah.
He's got something brewing in that noggin of his.
Yeah.
And something that Levi's not going to be a fan of, for sure.
Probably
we
not.
talked about Levi's plan. Obviously he wants to go ahead and protect Irvin and Levi's squad because he feels like as long as they survive, humanity has a chance. But it's about how to get them to survive. Which is why the line that we're going to start off with this episode and the line that we ended off with last week's episode is going to be a line that obviously kind of shakes Levi to his core a little bit. And I stated at the start of this episode, this is going to be an episode where we see certain characters in a different kind of emotional state, especially the commander himself. The commander realizes what he has to do, and he's so damn good at motivating, and we're going to go ahead and see why. But there's a lot of cool moments in this last part of this episode. Cool moments
Just a roller
that
coaster of emotions
where Irvin is going to be reflecting on some stuff, reflecting on the past. I can't wait to talk about that.
Same.
But so all good stuff, guys, and I'm really excited to go ahead and finish off this episode. And without further ado, we're going to go and jump right into it. Lexi is going to be the narrator. Bobby, the chills for sure. This episode is a very, very powerful episode. Anybody that's a fan of Attack on Titan knows
Zach's going to give himself chills.
Knows the importance of the episode. Yeah, and I think that you never know. We might end up getting even emotional just talking about certain things and all that.
This is a very emotional. Whether whether the emotions are anger or motivation or sadness, it's an emotional episode.
We get to see, like AJ mentioned, we get to see a character who's normally very stoic, very in control,
he's very
in control of the situation. Yeah, composed. He's in control of his emotions and his situations. And this is like the first time where we really see him come to terms with the fact that he's not in control.
Yeah.
And he knows he's not going to be able to get the one thing, bless you, he's been, bless you,
Bless you.
he's been trying to chase after since he was a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
And
sometimes
like avenging his father too.
Yeah. And sometimes you just have to give up on your dream for the greater good. And he's one of those characters that we didn't expect him to, and he has to.
Yeah.
So it hits a little bit harder.
Yeah. One thing that's important that you said is that he has to. Because of what he knows. If he doesn't, it's not going to work. So, again, guys, we're going to go ahead and now jump into this. So, Lexi, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start us off.
Yeah. We continue the episode with where we left off. Commander Irvin explaining his plan to Captain Levi.
But for it to succeed, the recruits and I have to die.
And then another barrage from Zeke, the Beast Titan, crashes into the wall as scouts from the front scream out in agony. The recruits cry out in fear, panicking from the situation they face. Commander Irvin continues.
The Survey Corps may survive, but regardless, most of us will end up dead. Frankly, we're almost guaranteed to be defeated, no matter what. The recruits and I will be staking our deaths on the slimmest chance of survival.
Captain Levi just stares as Commander Irvin walks past him. Now, Irvin continues to explain while going on a brief walk with Levi.
For this work, to convince these youths to charge towards their deaths, it would take an expert con man and a whole slew of blatant lies. If I don't lead the vanguard myself, then none of them will have the courage, which means that I must be the first to charge and the first to be slain as well. So I'll never learn the truth.
Levi, processing the plan, looks up at Irvin, confused by his statement about the truth. Irvin takes a deep sigh and then takes a seat on a nearby crate. Levi continues to stare, confused by Irvin's body language. Irvin continues with a disappointed and sad demeanor.
I just wanted to reach that cellar. Everything I've done up to this point, I did in the hopes that this chance would come. I dreamt that I'd get to prove I was right. Many times I thought that death would have been easier, but then I think of the questions I needed answered. They're what I lived for, and now those answers are no more than a coward's leap away.
We see pain in Irvin's eyes.
I'm so close, but can you see them too? Our comrades. They're all standing around us. They've been watching us all this time. They want to know what we did with the sacrifices that they made, what became of the hearts they gave.
Another barrage of Zeke is heard and felt with distant screams. Irvin continues, saying,
But that's probably just in my head, right? Of no more import than a child's bad dream.
Levi stares at Irvin, and then we see Levi get down on one knee to bow.
You led us well. Fought hard. But no one else could have gotten us this far.
We see a wide-eyed Levi preparing to do what's right.
I'll make the choice for you.
Levi now sternly looks at Irvin.
Give up on your dream and charge to your death. Lead those crying children straight to hell. I'll reach the Beast Titan and tear him apart.
Irvin's eyes widen, stunned by Levi's orders. Then, Irvin looks up at Levi and smiles.
Wow. 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 I couldn't help, Zach, but like, when you were delivering
I got chills.
the line, man, about him talking about the comrades.
You see them?
And it's because of what we've seen.
That scene hit me, and the fact that we don't see two specific characters.
Yeah.
I remember watching the first time and not seeing Hanji or Moblet and being like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Are they... Hello?
Is it just like a not confirmed thing? Like, obviously, Erwin doesn't know.
Yeah.
So is it just like a not confirmed thing, or is it like a, ooh, are they not dead type thing? But that delivery just, when Erwin does it in the dub, because like you guys know I'm a sub guy, so I rewatch the episodes every time before I come over and I get ready. And Erwin's dub delivery of this line definitely gave me chills.
Yeah.
And it's so well done, and you can see the emotion not only in the animation, but you can hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
And he truly brings the character to light, and it truly feels like you're watching someone give up on their dream.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy is like this is something we see later on in the story. Obviously, as I mentioned, spoiler warning to all our friends, but there's a certain key character that ends up dying later on over in the series, and what ends up happening is the character ends up seeing all of their comrades there surrounding the character. No, it's just implying that, as Irvin here describes, that they're all standing around watching us, wanting to see what all these soldiers are doing with their sacrifices, right?
Yeah.
And they want to see what this line too, like what became of the hearts they gave.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And we understand with
Gave
being
up
a
their lives
scout,
for humanity.
you are essentially being ordered to lay down your life when stakes become high, you know? And if you're given an order, then you are going to go ahead and go about it in a way of honor, dignity, and you're going to go ahead and essentially die on your shield, you know? And that's the soldier mentality.
To bring an Overwatch quote in, live with honor and die with glory.
There it is, you know? But seeing all those characters surrounding Irvin and Irvin in this, again, this state of sadness, disappointment and knowing that he's not going to be able to get to that cellar. Again, the realization of, in order for me to convince these recruits, I have to be the one to lead them. I have to be the one to charge there, front and center. I have to be the one to go ahead and first die. And that realization there, it's so disheartening for him. It's something we don't ever see really of him. Even when Zeke had the advantage, Irvin was still very, like you said, stoic. He was still
He does his job as the commander. He never looks defeated.
Yeah.
He never shows fear. He never shows stress, because all that does as the commander is dispense that to your troops.
Yeah.
All your troops see you stressed out. It's over.
Yeah. Like even if he doesn't know what to do, he still looks like he knows what to do.
Yeah.
But
That's why he never
tells the
tells
first
the
time that
plans.
we feel like he doesn't know what to do.
I guess that probably does explain why he is kind of taking Levi over on this very brief walk away from the others, letting him...
So that his subtle like panic, his little like I'm lost doesn't...
So his sadness doesn't reflect over on the others, and stuff. And
Exactly.
doesn't impact them.
and the thing is, it's
That's
like...
what a good captain does. A good captain
We
is
even
composed for their...
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
soldiers.
We even see Levi himself is very
commander.
much surprised, very much shocked, and the moment that Irvin says the words in such a way, like I said, the delivery where I just wanted to reach that cellar. That's where Levi was like, wait, what's going on here?
He's like, that's where Levi realizes. He's like, oh shit.
And
I should have broken his legs.
Yeah.
exactly.
Should
But
not have been here.
so
I did want to touch on as well how we mentioned how he starts seeing all of his comrades that have fell around him.
Yeah.
We do get to see Levi's squad. I see Petra. The first one I saw was Petra. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
and they
see
were there off to the side, almost nearby.
They're
Captain
on
Levi.
Levi's side. Yeah, they're to Levi's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because that's Levi's squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then spoiler warning, obviously, if you haven't seen the last episode, I suggest you watch it. In the last episode, as Levi's leaned up against that boulder after everything's said and done, and he sees all those comrades, that's the first thing I thought of when I rewatched this episode was he took Erwin's words to heart,
Yeah.
and he made sure that all those who fell saw what their hearts that they gave away led to.
Yeah.
And I was like, it made that scene resonate 10 times more for me.
Absolutely, yeah. So just one thing we just jotted down in the notes here is that like the last frame of comrades that we see, I don't remember exactly what, but I remember it was like some of the ones that we end up passing during the whole Kenny arc, where like we see goggles and stuff like that. We see a couple of those other ones involved, but we also see Marco, and then also next to him is why I wrote this, where we actually do see Moblet.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah,
Next to
Moblet is
Marco.
he's actually there. And again, that is obviously implying that
Marco is...
Moblet is dead. We don't have that confirmation until later on.
Yeah.
But we don't
But
see
it's
Hanji.
a great, yeah.
If the implication-
these are a great foreshadow.
It's a foreshadowing moment where I'm like, wow, it's something I didn't even notice at all.
Same.
Until
because now that we're looking for it, now
I watched it today and I didn't even notice
yeah,
it.
it's honestly a
Just
very
so subtle.
quick like blink and you miss a moment, because we see obviously the lineup of the comrades where we see those familiar faces like Mike, we see the familiar faces like Nanaba, everybody else that we lost along those ways and stuff, and then the last frame is very subtle, right? And the thing is, like, they're not front and center. When you see Moblet, he's more towards the back again with Marco. And it's something where, like, for me, when kind of writing down the notes, I paused and I was kind of looking, and that's when it caught me off guard. I was like, oh shit,
Moblet's right there.
Moblet is literally right there, right in front of us. Didn't even notice.
Damn.
And
Great foreshadowing.
again,
And
with
you don't see Hanji.
yeah, you don't see Hanji, and again, it's a moment where it's like they obviously think that or I don't want to say they think that they're dead, because they don't have any idea as far as who's dead or not and stuff. in this moment, it's not like Irvin is seeing everybody around them. It's just him saying that, like
he feels their presence. He's
right?
like, they're all watching down on us from above and seeing what we're doing with the lives they gave.
Yeah, because even after explaining that, he even goes like, essentially like maybe I'm just wrong or whatever, you know, maybe and stuff, you know, but we get that awesome, almost like truth.
Yeah, it's like we get the confirmation that he doesn't get in that moment. We get to see them looking down on him and Levi and saying, okay, what are they going to do next with these lives that we gave for them?
Yeah, and it's just a very cool moment because it's almost, again, makes you think of like, you know, the whole kind of guardian angel type thing, you know, where it's like, you know, regardless if they have any impact or if they're able to go and help at all, but the fact that you have your fellow comrades who laid down their lives, gave their hearts, they're still there looking out, rooting for you, and also seeing what, again, their sacrifices meant, you know, and it's a beautiful thing, you know. For me, it gives me comfort in knowing that the characters didn't die for nothing. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, you know, some of the commanders even said their deaths have meant nothing, but the truth of the matter is that
all their deaths led to what ends up being the climax of our story.
Yeah, it all progressed humanity in a way.
Yeah,
butterfly effect.
Exactly.
I mean, it was cool to go and see that. It was interesting to go and see that little kind of very quick moment of seeing Moblet.
Foreshadowing moment.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Irvin, he is
No, I'm just curious to know why Hanji is not in there as well.
Yeah, because I think that's because Hanji never died. She's not dead at this point, whereas Moblet is. Because remember in this scene here, the explosion had happened. Right, Moblet sacrificed himself, and again, this is spoiler territory here because it's something we're going to talk about in future episodes. But Moblet is the one that
saved Hanji
to safety. Moblet is the one that sacrificed his life. So at this point in the story, Moblet is dead. We don't get the confirmation. We don't get the confirmation until later on, but he is indeed dead at this point, which is why he is there in that frame. And it's like I was like literally like I was like, wait,
he's right
there. You know,
but again, we don't see Hanji because
we don't see Hanji. I was even looking. I was like, "Wait, is Hanji there? Is there a
goat?"
Yeah, and again, Moblet is a character. We've talked about it already before in multiple episodes. Like he is so underrated, and he is such a loyal character, and I love Moblet for it. And that's a character where, again, I would shoot
when we go up to these.
Eddie, cast me as Moblet. You know?
No, for real.
Everyone
when we end up going through in the coming episodes the scene where we get to where we actually see him lay down his life and sacrifice himself to save Hanji is very powerful.
And he does it without any hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's so fucking powerful to me. It makes me so emotional because it just goes to show the relationship that they had, the camaraderie.
Hanji had the best, like second to Levi, the best right hand someone can ask for in terms of sheer loyalty.
Yeah.
You know, exactly.
And it was a great,
in that moment, he didn't waver. In that moment,
he knew what he needed to do. You protect your fucking commander.
Yeah.
You lay your life down for that person.
And obviously we understand, and it's cool to see this too because Moblet is there seeing what his sacrifice meant to Hanji, which is something like it brings me kind of peace because it's like, yes, he laid down his life, but he's able to see what Hanji is able to do because of it later on. And then kind of like a domino effect, unfortunately, where it's like, I'm sure Hanji, when she goes out there and she has to lay down her life, she is now going to go and see what it meant, you know, in the grand scheme of things. And it's like, man, you know, it's nice to kind of, again, just understand whether they feel it, whether they see it, or if they see it afterwards and stuff. They're able to know that their comrades were there.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you too as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
How would you feel being Moblet, just having laid your life down to save Hanji, and all of a sudden you're staring at Erwin talking about how he's gonna die?
Yeah.
And Levi, and he's just talking to Levi. You just show up to that conversation of Levi and Erwin. Like, how do you feel as Moblet?
I would think that it's literally the end.
Yeah, at that point, it's like you said, bro.
Scout regiment.
It's like you said, bro. It's the end of an era.
Yeah.
You know.
I would think, well, we lost. Humanity is done. We have lost.
I would have been like, I should have turned my damn horse around. God damn it.
At that point, you're probably thinking like, all right, Hanji, I'll see you soon, you know, type thing. And
like, he's probably is content with the way that he lived his life.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm 100%
like, I did
sure
what I did. I'm proud that I laid down my life. And I did. He knows that his sacrifice did end up saving her.
Yeah.
He went out on his own terms.
Yeah, and he's probably seeing this and thinking like, well, this is it. I'm satisfied with my performance as a soldier, and sad to say, but I hope to see you soon, Hanji.
And at that point, when he realizes that he's not seeing her soon, at that point, there's like.
He's like, it's quiet.
Yes.
No.
It's
You're like,
quiet.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, let's go, Hanji. Let's go. At that point, you're just, again, having this guardian angel just rooting for you over on the other side.
He's been in her corner throughout the rest of her life that we see, spoiler. And in the final seasons when she finally dies with her valiant sacrifice,
isn't he the one
first person to pick her up from on the floor?
I love Moblet.
I know.
Moblet is so good.
The first person to pick her up is Moblet.
so much.
AJ's a sucker for a good loyal character.
I legit could cry. Oh my gosh, man. Moblet is a fucking G, man.
From when he's alive all the way through her life to when
even in the afterlife,
Dude.
she's there. He's there to pick her up,
he is
bro.
always there with her. Yeah,
it's the loyalty, man, because like for me, you know what that means to me in my core. Loyalty is like so important. And you guys know how I am, like.
And oh my god, Isayama is so evil because the fact that he made Moblet the one to pick her up right as she enters the afterlife.
I know. Fuck.
To be the one to greet her, and she's so happy to see him too.
So
like,
fucking good,
oh,
dude.
So you guys
Oh
were
my
watching.
gosh.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's like, we all are.
The thing that,
Everyone's here,
Yeah,
baby.
like, everyone's here.
The thing is,
We're all
though,
here to
The
greet you.
party's here. Let's go.
He is an evil genius because we don't see anybody. We hear Irvin's voice, and then when Hanji realizes it's Moblet who's lifting her up.
Yeah.
And we have to fuck Lex, we are lagging. we have to rip the band-aid and we have to watch it. And you know what? I think I want to do it live again.
Okay.
I think I want to do it live again.
Ooh,
I'm for
dub
sure
live
gonna cry.
watching.
So I think that since we're gonna finish this
Then I'm
episode,
for sure gonna cry.
since we're gonna finish this episode, or maybe even if we can maybe collaboratively come with a time maybe in the week.
I'm free. I'm free Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So
So yeah, I'm free.
so maybe we can do a fun little live.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's cement that right now. Let's do that Tuesday night because I don't want to take away from a podcast episode because we're getting into some good shit.
Yeah.
So we'll continue on with the podcast episode. Of course, Sunday we'll start episode 17 of season 3. But Tuesday, and for anybody that's
Join us
watching
Tuesday night, baby.
Tuesday night. I know it's going to be late for some of you because even for Bobby, obviously the time difference there with over Georgia, I believe it's a 3-hour time difference.
It'll be
So I think that if we go ahead and let's say, what time should we go ahead and do this?
We want to aim for like 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
I'm okay with literally any time. I'm just double checking right now. Because Tuesday's the 23rd. Yeah, I'm all day Tuesday ready to go, baby.
So you want to do that like 7?
Yeah, let's do 7.
Okay.
So I
You
know
guys
that
heard
for
it here
some,
first.
Join us at 10, Bobby.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
10 o'clock would be for some over on the East Coast. But
we need to watch it. We can't just we're at the point where we are trying to prolong it. We don't want it to be the end yet. But yeah, guys, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that this Tuesday. Obviously, if you're watching the episode at a later time, it already happened. But for anybody who's watching live with us, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern for the other ones who are for watching. We are going to go ahead and watch the dubbed finale live.
Yeah.
And please join us because we know it's going to be another very emotional episode. And again, we love to go ahead and kind of get our emotions out of the way with talking with our friends and stuff and all that. So it'll be fun for sure to go ahead and just cry with you guys.
Yeah.
Let's all cry together some more.
But yeah.
Now they're gonna cry with me.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna cry with me.
Yeah.
There's no doubt I'm going to go ahead and cry, especially with even just like
knowing that
even that scene.
I'm probably gonna cry.
Even just that scene, like that's gonna. It's like I was already tearing up here and stuff for sure, But
I'm so excited.
But yeah, I'm excited to go ahead and do that. Actually, we've already seen that scene, right, Lex?
We have already seen that scene.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
not
we
the
have.
final episode.
We
Yeah.
have already seen that scene.
So
We can do it again.
But it's gonna be.
Just watch the top scenes that make AJ cry. We're gonna watch all the Hannes scenes, all the Moblet,
all the loyal character scenes.
Yeah.
That's all those characters, man, who go out there and they lead them a life out of like loyalty or out of just redemption and
But
stuff.
you do get to see. We get to see dubbed Armin and Aaron talk.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be
War.
interesting. But yeah,
All right, Zach,
we'll
are
do
you
that.
ready for this next part?
You ready, bro?
Are you ready?
I'm fired up.
Are you
Let's do
ready?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna
Am
be
I ready?
loud. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be loud. I
that's okay.
can't half-ass this one.
Yeah,
That's fine,
I mean,
bro.
it's the end of an era.
You gotta
You
tuck
gotta
your
close
ears
it out,
in, dude. You gotta
I
tuck
know.
your
I
ears
just
in.
gotta like.
tie that shit up.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and continue on. So whenever you're ready, Lex.
All right.
My gym.
Am I ready?
I'm hearing my gym music.
Okay. We now focus on the Beast Titan, preparing to crush and throw another boulder. But he hears a different sound of scouts yelling, and he looks up confused. We see them advancing on horseback as Irvin yells out.
Charge!
Irvin leads the way on horseback with a look of determination and fear, as the scout recruits behind him follow his lead with the same expression. Zeke says to himself,
I didn't expect them to lay down and die, but a suicide charge? For some reason, I thought they'd do better than that.
we go back to a determined Irvin, telling his scouts with passion.
All right, fire!
Irvin fires a green smoke signal into the air, and the scouts follow his command. Zeke watches the smoke signal launched into the air.
Is that smoke? Oh, it's from those signals guns.
Yeah.
It's from those signal guns they use.
Zeke gets in his pitcher's stance and prepares another attack. Commander Irvin alerts.
Incoming! Spread out!
The scouts nervously spread out with panic in their eyes. But then we go back a bit to Commander Irvin before the charge. Commander Irvin directly tells his soldiers.
I'm about to announce our final mission. All troops, line up! We're going to mount a cavalry charge, rushing the Beast Titan directly. Clearly, this will make us ideal targets for him, so we'll wait until the moment he's ready to throw, and then we'll fire our smoke signals together. That should somewhat reduce his accuracy. While we distract the Beast Titan, Captain Levi will get in position to dispatch it. Does anyone have any questions?
But then we hear Captain Levi from a different point in time.
What? Sorry. What? You want me to go after him with just ODM gear? He's standing in the middle of a field. I can't fight without... I'm doing such a great job.
No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
I can't
You're not
fight.
hosting. It's weird.
It's weird,
having
yeah, just
paused for
waiting.
so long.
I can't fight without a house or tree to hook on.
Irvin disagrees.
You're wrong. There happens to be a line of objects at just the right height for your approach. Use his thralls to advance unseen and assassinate the son of a bitch.
We return to Levi, killing the wall of Titans individually and swiftly. Levi looks over to see the scouts in their charge, and Levi whispers.
I'm sorry.
And then we go back again to Commander Irvin, addressing this insane plan to the recruits. The recruits stare in horror at their commander. Scout Sandra literally drops to her knees and vomits out of fear and panic. Irvin addresses his recruits.
There's no point standing around. We'll only be showered by more boulders. Ready your horses, on the double!
Flock asks the commander.
Be honest. Are all of us riding to our deaths?
Irvin bluntly responds.
Yes, we are.
A numb Flock reacts.
And since we're dying anyway, you're saying that it's better if we at least die fighting?
Irvin tells Flock.
I am.
Flock continues.
But wait, if we'll die anyway, then who cares what we do? We could just disobey your orders, and it wouldn't mean a thing, would it?
Irvin answers.
Yes, you're precisely right. Everything that you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield. None of it changes what a speeding rock does to a body. We all die. But does that mean our lives are meaningless? Does that mean that there's no point in our being born?
As the scouts charge in real time, Zeke launches an attack.
Would you say that of our slain comrades? What about their lives? Were they meaningless?
Irvin yells out with passion.
They did not! Their memory serves as an example to us all. The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen. Their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them. And as we ride to a certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us. Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage!
But then Irvin and his scouts are met with Zeke's attack as blood is shed. And we see Commander Irvin falling off of his horse. To be continued.
Holy shit!
Great job! Oh my gosh!
I'm glad I had this on. I'm glad I had this on.
Yeah, that was really good.
Beautiful,
Felt the
bro.
intensity.
Oh
You don't
my
understand.
God, dude.
That is what I listen to when I go to the gym.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
That
the
is
whole
my
thing.
PR song right
Oh
there.
my God, bro.
Okay,
that
well,
was
it's a
great.
good thing that you guys aren't maybe not doing voices on Tuesday because Zach won't have a voice.
Oh, dude. Woo! It's hot in these headphones.
That was
Hot in
great,
these
bro.
headphones.
That was a great
That was
job.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
That felt good. That felt good. I got you.
Can we get some
I
fired
got
up
hot
in the chat?
very quick.
Yeah, let's get fired up in the
fired
chat.
ups.
Let's get fired up.
Fired up!
That was really
Let's go ahead and
good.
let's get some Zach appreciation because Zach delivered that line beautifully. I felt inspired. I felt fired up. I was so motivated there.
Were you charged to your death for me?
And you know what? If we were in the situation,
Wow.
if we were in the situation,
There's
you know,
no giant monkey man throwing boulders at us. So
I'd be like, you know what? Is there any other way?
I know. You'd be the flock. You're saying that
we could just
it's
honestly,
fine. We could just
your
disagree.
flock line, because like I said, that line is in the song that I listened to at the gym.
Yeah,
The
you-
shakiness
That's
in your
about-
voice.
You had the right
that was
cadence and
perfect.
everything for
That was
it.
perfect.
That's about the only
Right
line I got
tone.
right in this.
That's what. But that's what set me in the zone because I
No.
heard that and I was like, oh,
You're like, oh, I got
it's
him.
just
that was
it's
good.
just a PR lift, baby.
No, that was really good. You guys did a really good job.
Oh,
Damn
hell
it!
yeah.
The fact that I did good on a flock line, God.
But-
I
but-
guess
but
you're
it was
your
a
flock.
good-
It's okay.
I guess you're flock now.
It was a good flock line to do good on.
Jacob
though.
That
would be
was.
proud.
I think that it is because you're so used to narrating that it's like your voice is always warmed up. Suddenly you're
Yeah.
sitting in silence. And
No, I'm waiting for the
now it's my
cues.
turn. Now it's my turn.
Like there's one where I
Me
even
now?
did
I
it
go
too
now?
quick. I even did it too
Yeah.
quick.
Now he knows our
quick.
struggle.
I know,
He knows
for
our
real.
struggle. We gotta
For real.
wait sometimes. Sometimes we sit there and we're just like,
Is he gonna go?
Yeah.
Is he gonna go? And especially when you start ad-libbing stuff that's not in our notes,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, but then he abruptly states.
He gets so into it.
And normally
Uh-huh.
it just ends states, and you continue by saying, and we're like, crap, hold on, AJ's ad-libbing, we need to wait.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. I don't know if you've seen. Sometimes I sit there and I have my phone and I look at you and I'm like, now I go.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
But
like,
Zach,
you, like,
you did a great
jump the
job, bro.
gun.
that was awesome. That felt good. I got
'Cause
warm.
What was I saying? I was like, yeah, and then a stunned Levi. And then you're like, then you started going, and then right when you said it, I was like, reacts by saying, okay,
yeah.
okay, AJ.
Yeah.
Woo!
My reaction.
Line.
What? Yeah, so we got to talk about this because again, this scene is it's fucking
course.
crazy. So this was now the realization that Irvin has come to. Obviously, he explains to Levi what he has to do, and so now we see it play out. We see the Beast Titan. This is the first person that we see in this scene. We see him continuing to prepare to continue his attack against the scouts. But
Yeah.
as he throws another attack, or as he prepares to, I should say, he doesn't throw it yet, but he hears screaming. But it's a different screaming, as Lexi mentioned here, as she was narrating. It's a yelling, right? It's like
You hear a collective group of it's not cries. It's just a group of
It's just
Cheers.
getting
It's
that
like,
energy
yeah.
out. Just I
Yeah.
need to get all this pent up energy out.
yeah, exactly.
it's all the
Whether it's fear, anger, sadness, like you could see on
Or
all their faces,
rage.
this whole mix of emotions that's on their face. Even the way that you described Irvin the way I described Irvin, narrator,
narrated the
With-
Lex.
with this look of both determination and fear.
yeah.
Like, because they know, like, I'm determined to do this for the sake of humanity, but I'm so fucking scared to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite literally charging into the unknown.
Yeah.
And then obviously Zeke reacts, right? And he's just like, wait, a suicide charge? I expected more from you guys, type thing, right? And then Irvin explains later on in this scene, because it kind of jumps between different kind of little orders of time.
Yeah.
Right? We go from them executing this plan to Irvin explaining the plan, back to Levi, kind of going about the plan, and then him kind of like, wait, you want me to do this? So it kind of jumps, but it does it in a way where it obviously all makes sense. But
it's all cohesive, yeah.
But
and I was watching again, I was watching an analysis video on this episode, and it was this.
You said that like Hanji.
I did say?
Yeah,
you did.
You sounded like Hanji when you said
Really?
that.
I was watching an analysis video.
You're like,
oh, really?
I did watch it. It was an analysis.
An analysis video.
It was. See, it literally.
It's the head nod. It's the head nod.
Yeah.
What? Hanji's just in there.
Yeah, there you go.
He just comes out sometimes.
Yeah. So, what was the analysis?
So it was basically this group of people. They were talking about. They were watching the episode pretty much live. They don't know what goes on next episode. They're watching it completely blind. So at this point, I remember they were trying to figure out. Like, I remember one of the girls was like, she was like, "Do you think this is happening in real time, or do you think this is just Irvin explaining his plan to Levi, and this is what's playing out in his mind?" Like, at the time, you had no idea if this was really happening, if this was a vision.
That's true.
If this was because of the way that it gets explained through different times. Given it's a short amount of time, but given like right before he
It's all the jump cuts,
explaining it, with all the jump cuts, you can't. It was hard to also it's an excruciating scene to watch. You're trying to fathom if this is real or not.
Yeah.
So
And
at the time,
I don't think it's the first time that we've experienced like jump cuts and shit
Yeah.
that doesn't actually happening in front of
Exactly.
us.
Yeah.
So like
the
we've
whole,
been thrown off the trail
envisioning
before.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great
So,
point.
Again, like at the time, which I didn't even realize, so obviously we're watching this knowing exactly how the story ends. But at the time, like they had no idea if this was actually happening. Like trying to fathom the fact that you just saw Commander Irvin and all of these scouts just charge to their death. But also it's a jump cut of him explaining it happening is like, you don't want to believe that it's happening.
Yeah, and
You
especially
want to believe that this is just a
Like-
vision.
Like the last scene we get of him with literally, it's just obviously it's an anime, it's not the manga, so he's not missing a fucking big old chunk of his torso, but we're just seeing that like you see
It's
his
just the
clothes like
blood and all that.
it's like twisted
And
in
it's
on
like
itself.
dark, so you could tell that it's supposed to be an injury there.
And it's just like it looks like it's just like something went straight through him, and you see his eyes, and you're just like, that's what you're left with for another fucking week.
Exactly.
Yes.
You have to sit on that.
Isayama, you evil genius, you.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time, you wanted so badly for this to be a fake vision.
Yeah,
you wanted it so bad.
I remember people being like, I hope next week it cuts back to Erwin and Levi talking about the plan.
Yeah.
But you know what? Okay, one thing I wanted to say that pissed me off when I watched this fucking episode, they shoot their flares. They shoot their signal flares up.
Yeah, you're supposed to shoot them. Why aren't you shooting them
shoot
towards?
it at a 30-degree angle, so the smoke that comes out of when you shoot it now covers you, and it falls right in front of the Beast Titan.
Yeah.
So that way, even then, like, there's such a better chance of survival because now Zeke doesn't see you. Now you actually have a shot because he's probably gonna widen his barrage or he's gonna narrow it.
Yeah.
I'd say shoot your flares. Everyone disperse as much as you can.
Yeah.
And just take out a Titan. That's your job.
Yeah,
Take out a
because even
Titan.
Irvin was saying, he was like, that should somewhat reduce his accuracy if we shoot our flares.
But then they
also
shoot them straight up.
You're just in a panic, and
And
yeah,
thing
you
too
should
is that,
have.
like, I'm trying to think like logically too. Like if you shoot straight up, that doesn't even give you a further.
It doesn't give you cover. No.
Like it doesn't.
No.
Because
Because you need an
maybe
angle.
they're
shoot it.
trying to up and launch it further ahead, but no, it's like if
You
you
need
launch
more
it
of an
in front of you, it's going to be a straight shot, and it's going to cover more ground and further
Yeah.
distance.
Like you needed a good angle so that you have that arc that's going to go far, but also
Yeah.
flat enough to cover you.
Yeah, because they're shooting it. Like, I'm trying to like, based on the views that we've seen, I'm trying to like gauge the distance. And I'm trying to, because we know that these
'cause
flare guns
we-
go fucking high, man.
Yeah.
Like they're all dead before the flares even hit their peak.
Yeah. No,
So-
pretty much, yeah.
And I'm
'Cause
like-
even we get a good perspective of it from
From Zeke's point of view.
Zeke, yeah.
Yeah.
When he's like, I wasn't expecting this. Oh, they're flares. Oh, okay. I also think it's kind of funny that Zeke thinks out loud.
Yeah, I agree because he talks like,
Like
it's his
he's
voice.
not doing any comms to like anyone. He's just like, oh yeah, flares. Forgot about that. Anyways, like he's just like narrating his perfect game,
yeah.
And,
which
like,
I think is kind of kind of quirky of him.
I think it is as
He's a
well.
quirky guy.
He's a quirky little guy.
Oi, Levi!
I know.
But no, it's just like it just made me so fucking mad.
Yeah, that's a
'Cause
great point.
Even from, if I'm Erwin, and I know Levi's off to my left, going along that Arch of Titans, why would I not want to shoot the flares right at the beast's feet?
Yeah.
Why would I not want to cause as much cover for Levi as possible? Because he is Zeke is a much bigger target and much easier to spot in the smoke. And Levi is very smart and he spins very fast and can probably clear some smoke out of his way. But I just want to cause as much chaos for Zeke as I can. And now the way I'm looking
as
at
much
it,
of a distraction also increases your survival.
yeah. And like we even kind of see it from Levi's perspective. When Levi's going across, we see the angle of the flares. I'm like, those are just going to go past Zeke.
Yeah.
Like the smoke isn't falling. The smoke is only gonna rise, and you just wasted your shots like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it. You're all panicking. You're all scared.
Yeah.
But I didn't even see that soul Irwin flare. I wanted to see one flare just go straight at the fucking Beast Titan, and nothing happened.
Because if I'm a soldier riding to my death, on God, I'm shooting it at the guy I'm running to. Like, I'm just gonna try to aim for his eye and hope for the best.
I don't even care if it obstructs my vision.
You're not so accurate because you're screaming, you're panicked,
You're on horseback.
You're on horseback, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not shooting it straight up. I'm gonna try my best to hit a toe or something.
Like, I understand if you want to do maybe 4 or 5 that are going straight up, so maybe Armin and the others can see that. But everybody,
I know.
bro, the smoke's gonna rise. They'll see all that smoke and be like, oh, they all did some shit just now.
Do Levi and Irvin have thunder spears?
No, they don't.
They don't, right?
It was just the Hanji squad.
Okay. Because I was curious to see if they even had any sort of thunder spears.
If they
But I
did,
don't know why they
just
didn't.
unload. I would say just fucking unload whatever you have available during that charge. What's the worst that can happen?
Are there any
Yeah.
cannons on the walls?
I don't think so because remember
They're
those
destroyed,
walls.
right?
Those walls have
Probably-
been unusable
you're
for,
right. They've been
for
untouched.
years.
And then also, even if there were cannons, I feel like they would be destroyed because of the amount of, because what Zeke's been basically flattening out the outside of the wall.
Yeah,
That's true.
And plus, I mean, let's not forget that this district here is outside where it's essentially no man's land. Like this is like as poor as you can get, you know, over there.
They're
in the
not gonna,
boonies.
yeah, fund. They're not going to put a whole lot of military funding over on this end, unfortunately.
Yeah, like I think that in the
All
start
the
of the
military
episode,
funding is for
the
Wall
cannons
Street.
that we saw were those kind of like almost like wooden portable type, like little like catapults or whatever that they had that they were trying to use.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it wasn't going to do anything.
Zeke's just gonna catch that, and throw it back.
Exactly.
I know. We're like, oh, thanks for the ammo.
Yeah.
Just going to catch it.
Oh, you guys want to play catch?
Like dodgeball. You're out. I caught it. You're out.
catches it, you're out. Boom!
No,
just
really.
by a big ass boulder.
But I do like that logical kind of analysis that both of you had when it came to kind of again just
Yeah, my Hanji came out.
the yeah, whether it be just the jump cuts and is this really happening, or even just the whole logical aspect of like you shoot the flares, you know,
Yeah,
to your
better chance of
advantage.
survival.
You know,
Fucking use your heads.
yeah,
Yeah.
Heads.
and yeah, that's stuff that honestly it just kind of just like
They shot it up for the
went
plot.
right by me.
They
Yeah.
shot it straight up for plot. I don't care about plot. I
Yeah.
want logic.
Yeah, I want
I want
logic,
logic.
for sure.
Even the inside of just Zeke kind of like narrating to himself is kind of funny.
Yeah,
too.
I think he's just such a silly little guy.
yeah.
He's just a silly little monkey man.
What a silly little jungle boogie.
But then we
just a
get
silly
Commander
little
Irvin.
gentleman.
Commander Irvin and his the jump cut of now him explaining the final mission to the troops, right?
Fuck Flock.
It started off as him like lecturing Flock, and it slowly went into like, I know he was trying to motivate his soldiers, but I feel like it as he went on, it was for Irvin to motivate himself. Like it turned into a self-motivator.
He
where
was
he's like,
the
"My
ultimate
soldiers-"
con man.
Yeah.
He literally says it. Blatant lies and being the ultimate con man. But the thing is, everything he says has truth. And he went against his own words of being like, they need the best con man on the
Hey,
planet.
what's up, Marco?
Hi, Marco.
Oh, Marco!
You missed Zach.
You missed
me yell.
Absolutely
We
delivering
just went
the
over
hell
the
out of-
Irvin speech, man.
Yeah, the Irvin speech.
You're like
yeah.
10 minutes too late.
it's all
Here,
good,
go
bro.
back
Just
like
jump
10
back.
We
minutes.
appreciate
bro.
you, man, joining us.
And
Right
then
now,
come back
we're
and
talking about
tell
it.
us what you thought about
Go
it.
clip it for me.
But yeah, I do like that where you're talking about how at some point he uses the speech to motivate himself.
100%.
I do want to say again, just credit really to Got that speech memorized. Yeah, I do want to say though credit to Irvin also, because Irvin is the one who came up with the plan to go ahead and use the wall of Titans to Levi's advantage to get to the Beast Titan, because Levi was like, how am I supposed to go ahead and do that with just ODM gear? Right, like I need trees, I need stuff, right? And then so Irvin's the one who kind of
bro, you're Spider-Man.
I know.
Connect to the clouds.
Use your, what's the word I'm thinking of? Use your surroundings.
Environment,
yeah. Utilize your surroundings, your environment.
Yeah.
And also, like, you could tell that Irvin has so much, like, trust in Levi. Be like, yeah, you're just going to scale all these Titans. What do you mean? That's easy. Like, he, like, has so much trust and so much faith in Levi.
The thing is, he does it no problem. He acts like it's so difficult when he's talking to Irvin. Then he just does it. He just does it no problem.
Levi's like, are you serious? You want me to do that? And Irvin's like, you don't make it look like a struggle at all. Like...
I do like even just the motivation here of just like, like use his thralls to advance unseen and assassinate the son of a bitch,
Yeah.
And then
like, please avenge me.
We see that while Irvin, his motivations are coming to an end, we see Levi, he now has his kind of motivation for going forward with the story. We understand what his job is to do now for a character that he really, obviously has a lot of respect for with Irvin. And now
I did want to say this. I forgot to say this in that last section.
Yeah.
I think this is our first and only time we see Levi give Erwin an order.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's why Erwin's eyes light up.
Like an actual direct order.
Like it's a direct order.
Right.
He's
It's like, I made the decision. You're going to do this.
Yeah.
Give up on your dream.
Coming from the person who literally was like, I'm going to break your fucking kneecaps if you think you're going on this mission, to automatically being like, lay down your life and die for the cause.
Yeah. Give up your
right
dream.
in there. Do what you have to do.
Charge him.
Say it so harsh.
Charge him straight to hell.
Maybe he had to. Be that. He
had to. No, he had to. Because
to wake up Irvin, because you could tell Irvin was just thinking.
Irvin's wavering in his head.
Everything that's led up to this point. Everyone who's died.
Yeah.
How am I going to advance humanity? I need to find out the truth. How do I avenge my father? Like, you could tell he was just in his own head about his own personal motivations and every aspect that came with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe Levi did have to be.
He literally goes, I'll make the choice for you. Give up on your dream and charge to your death. Lead those crying children straight to hell. All reach the Beast Titan and tear him apart. Yeah. And all he did is just give the same fucking order right back to him. And Erwin, as we know, Erwin's military man. He heard that order, and this is the first time that Erwin is like acting as a soldier, and he goes, okay.
Yeah.
That's what snapped him back in.
And I do want to say, technically, Levi did do what he said he was going to do. I mean, while Irvin says to assassinate the son of a bitch, Levi in the moment says, I'm going to go ahead and essentially rip that guy apart.
I'm going to rip him apart.
And he did. I mean, technically he did.
He did.
We'll see it.
Rip him apart. You guys will see that in coming episodes.
I'm so excited for AJ.
But yeah,
start yelling. You're going to argue with yourself.
Yeah. I might make you Monkey Man.
Ooh.
I would not be against that at all.
There you go.
You just see next episode, Zach comes back with round glasses and a full beard. You said I was going to be Zeke.
Yeah.
I'm Method.
I know.
That literally was like
I wish
one of the
I
guys.
could grow a beard, but we've been over this.
One of the guys that showed up over the Jubilee was like, "Oh yeah, I've been in past video. Literally had a full beard and I didn't have glasses on. This one he was like, stubble with glasses.
Yeah, he had stubble and he shaved and had glasses. I was like,
just about changing appearances in all these different videos.
That's what I told him. I was like, it's all mental.
Yeah.
You're so
playing
smart.
games.
You are
That's so
smart.
Joaquin of you.
Yeah, that's so Joaquin of you.
That's so Phoenix of you.
Yeah, Irvin. I mean, this is just a goated speech.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Flock being Flock, Sandra being Sandra. Oh my gosh, Sandra being so dramatic.
Oh God, Sandra's always
has to go ahead and
just a girl. All you did was get told that you're gonna ride to your death and probably die in a completely horrific, suffering way.
Yeah.
But it's for the sake of humanity, girl. Come on.
If I'm her and I see that boulder, I'm trying to put my head in front of it so I feel the least.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like,
possible.
all right, kill me immediately.
I'm not trying to be Erwin and get pelted in the ribs and feel the wind get knocked out of me. I just want.
Yeah, can feel my lungs fill up with
So
blood.
that just means that, Marlo was lucky.
Yeah,
100%.
Marlo was lucky.
Marlo, the last person he saw
Marlo was lucky.
was Hitch. Who would have thought?
Moblet. Oh yeah, Marlo was lucky. Moblet was kind of lucky because it was
Hitch.
hopefully an instant death.
And we realize, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
I just want to curl up in bed next to you. Okay.
Oh my
All right,
god.
man.
Here comes
Marlo, what are you
another
doing,
Madeline.
man? What are you doing? Well, Hitch is
Down bad. Down bad.
While Hitch is over on Hinge messaging
know.
another guy.
Hitch on Hinge. Yeah, that's actually,
the AOT app is just called Hitch.
That's where they got. Yeah, I was gonna
Get
say that's
hitched.
where they got the term Hinge from. Yeah, they got it from Hitch.
From Hitch, yeah.
Just get hitched.
Hitch. Just get hitched. There you go. She doesn't get hitched. As a matter of fact, she's gonna die alone.
She does.
Yeah,
I don't know why
mean, she's
catching
still alive.
strays right now.
but
Who do you think she ends up? If you were to say someone, obviously we don't know what happens to the end because it's just time lapsed. But we see her surviving at the
yeah,
end.
she does.
Who she end up with?
No one. She's a cougar for the rest of her life.
Interesting.
She's
Very,
just,
very interesting.
She's just some random lady that just walks through town. Hey, boys. That's her.
Hey boys.
And she's happy with that.
Does she still tell Annie about her dating story?
Oh God, Annie doesn't let her.
Annie's like,
Annie
get
moved
the
houses and
away.
didn't give her the address.
Because Annie, she's a
No,
a
Annie
person
moved
now.
islands. Annie moved islands
Yeah.
and did not give her the address.
That's true. With Armin or no?
Yeah, right.
I'd hope so.
I don't know. Was
I mean,
that
it
ever
doesn't
confirmed?
look like they have a family though.
I know.
They seem very
But also,
cool. Well, you
Annie,
have to realize.
Annie doesn't seem like a family girl.
Yeah,
She doesn't seem like
a.
she would want to raise a family and all
doesn't
that.
seem like she wants
So
to be a
maybe they just
mom.
wanted to live like their own little Armin and Annie family.
That's kind of cool, but I
Kind
figure
of cool, but
I figure Armin would make a great father.
he would. But maybe he's more of like the fun uncle.
He'd be a great grandpa.
Maybe he's just like the wise uncle.
To Mikasa and John's.
John's.
Ah.
Hey, their dad isn't gonna teach him crap.
Or
You need-
Aaron
you need
and
Armin.
Historia's baby.
Has to be Uncle
Yeah.
Armin.
Or Aaron.
Uncle Armin to Aaron and Historia's baby.
It's true.
I still wholeheartedly believe that is Aaron's
mean,
baby.
No,
How
that
is
had
it?
to be on purpose. It had to.
Yeah.
He
It's the
has
eyebrow-
the same
they
exact
have the same
eyebrows.
facial
And
features.
facial features. The fact
It
that we
pans
never see
from his
we
head
never
to
see the
suddenly holding
biological
baby.
father.
Carla's eyes, bro.
Carla's eyes, literally the moment of Aaron's
the
death,
eyebrows,
and
man.
it shows the birth. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. This episode, we should just retitle it as Isayama, you evil genius.
You evil.
Honestly, yeah. You evil
Yeah, we should.
genius.
But yeah, I mean, so we're left off with a scene where we can only hope at that time, watching it live, that it was just
Just hope and pray that it's only a vision. It's just a
wish it
vision.
was a
Wasn't
lie. I wish it was a lie.
But as Zach has mentioned past episodes, we're getting to an end of an era.
Mm-hmm.
And that means Irvin's going to go ahead and join his fellow comrades who sacrificed, gave their hearts, and now we're going to see what other people are going to do with their sacrifices. And I think it's safe to say that Irvin is very proud of the scouts and what they did moving forward.
I wouldn't say he's proud of Aaron, to be honest.
I know. I think he's like, man, if I was still alive, Aaron wouldn't.
Aaron, our job was to save humanity,
Yeah.
not wipe out 80% of it.
Yeah. Where in reality, Aaron was just trying to protect his close ones.
I gotta
his
take care of
friends.
the homies.
But damn, yeah. I want to say again, Zach, great job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was
Great job with the
today.
delivery. You did a great job, man. I know this,
I can
this
make it
has been-
bloodier.
This has been an episode
Right.
we've been kind of building up to for the last couple of weeks now. I know Lexi even scared you last week with us on the Instagram.
The evil
Hinting at the
chuckle.
episode where you had no voice last week, but even in
Okay,
last week you
Palpatine.
still powered through some of the voices and all that. Yeah, great job, man, with this episode. Yeah, let's give it up to Zach again.
Hope I did it justice.
Hey.
Hope I did it justice this week.
You did good, man. I felt so freaking. I started getting fired up with it for sure.
Yeah, that was good.
Charged to your death for me.
And,
It was hard for me to continue narrating. So I wanted to be like, oh my God.
You're so cool,
Yeah.
Kachan.
It was so good. Well, yeah, guys. So that's gonna be season 3, episode 16.
Mm-hmm.
We covered the 3 parts. We'll see how many parts it takes to get to the center of episode 17.
Yeah.
But usually it's 3.
Yeah, usually.
There's been a lot of info.
I know. They keep
In these
dropping on
episodes.
more info on us episode by episode.
Yeah. There's just a lot of different like storylines here too, because we keep bouncing between outside the wall, inside the wall. But but a lot of coverage for sure. A lot of different Titans over in this battle for Shiganshina. And there's going to be only more Titans. But yeah, good stuff, guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's another episode of Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
Another episode of Attack the Talk. This is season 3 of our breakdowns and discussion. Remember, guys, we stream live on Twitch on Sundays. As the Asian freak said.
The Asian freak.
What did he say about us and having you all join us every Sunday?
Oh my gosh, he was like, "Oh yeah, so this is like your guys' church, right?
Welcome to
It's
AOT
like
Church.
your guys' church. Like you guys commit to doing something every Sunday for a couple hours."
Vegeta.
And
Widow's Peak.
hey, Vegeta.
Kakarot.
And he was like, "Yeah, it's like your guys' church, right? You guys are." I said that we're. I was like, "Oh yeah, we're Isayamaists."
No.
Better than being a Jaegerist.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Welcome to our Church of the Walls.
But again, we're so thankful for anybody that joins us every Sunday and takes the time out of your guys' weekend. And for anybody that watches at a later time, whenever we go ahead and we publish this episode, again, I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys are so amazing, and your support just always it just means the world to me. Yeah, I just love you guys so much. Also, a reminder for anybody that joined us late or anybody that by chance forgot. Tuesday. This Tuesday
Night Raw.
7 p.m. Pacific. Tuesday
night Super Slam.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a live
cage match between me and AJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, stay tuned.
No, but we're gonna go ahead and watch that final part.
We're doing a hot
dubbed.
stream.
We're doing it live. We're watching it live. I want you guys to join us, please. If you guys are available on a Tuesday night, some of you will be late over on the East Coast, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and watch that finally. Me and Lexi have not seen it. Zach, you've seen it?
Not the dub, no.
Not the dub. So none of us have seen it.
Our first reaction to dub.
Yeah, this will be our first live reaction to the dubbed episode. And
for them,
yeah,
I'll still cry.
So
I'm
join
cry
us
again.
Join us, guys. That'll be Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Also, guys, go ahead and follow us over on Instagram if you guys do not already. That's where you guys will get all of your updates at Attack to Talk Podcasts. Good stuff, guys. Check out the link tree. A lot of different links. All the platforms available. Yeah. So we go ahead and we talk about the merch, guys. Again, one link we have is a link to Fandomion. That link is absolutely massive. The store is massive.
I was like, the link isn't long, is it?
It could be.
Maybe it is.
But you click that link, you're just gonna send you to a massive online store. And you know what? I feel like if you go ahead and you browse long enough, you're gonna buy something. You're gonna want something.
Yeah.
You're gonna see something, and you're gonna want to get it. And guess what? Lexi is here to help. She's here to help by giving you a little discount.
Okay.
You just use that promo code LEX for your purchase order. Whatever you purchase. Doesn't matter what you purchased. Shoot. Whatever you purchased, let us know. We'd love to go ahead and see it. See what you guys end up buying. And then yeah, use that promo code. It'll get you 10% off of your guys' purchase order. 10% is helpful, no doubt. And not only is it helpful for Lexi to go ahead and have this code available to you guys, but you guys are also being helpful by using that code for Lex.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Please.
It means a lot, of course. And I want to say thank you again, Lexi, for having that promo code available for us. Make sure you guys check out the link. Shout out again to all of our creative friends out there. You guys are so freaking...
You guys are all talented as all get out.
So talented, so creative. Continue to go ahead and pursue your guys' creative aspirations. A lot of you guys are just, great artists. A lot of you guys are, working on your photography and becoming so damn good at it. Even we've talked about aspirations for some filming and all that. And some of you guys have done some filming stuff when it comes to YouTube, all that. And damn, you guys are just... so freaking talented, as Zach mentioned. You guys are just so freaking creative, and continue on with it, guys. We obviously want to see you guys flourish And you guys know that we're rooting for you, just like how you guys go and support us here in the podcast. You guys know that we, the three of us, support you guys in your, creative endeavors. And all we ask is that just don't forget about us little people here.
Yeah. So
hey, if one of you guys end up becoming a big director, Eddie.
Yeah.
Don't forget about us little people here.
Please remember us.
Zach just put it all out there for you.
If I haven't proved it to you yet,
It's
I don't
on
know
tape.
what else I can do.
It's on tape.
I'm ready.
I wasn't at my best, Eddie. I'm sorry. Okay. And just because I was able to execute a flock line, don't cast me as flock. All right.
Do it.
Right.
Do it. It'd be so funny.
Hey, just cast me as mobile and
It'd be so funny.
call it a day.
Just cast him as everybody.
Just change my appearance for all these different freaking people. But yeah, guys, just continue to go ahead and pursue your guys' passions and all that, and just continue working hard in life, and hopefully the fruits of your guys' labors will go ahead and all be well worth it. Because remember, us that sacrificed our hearts along the way, we're here rooting for you people, okay? We're here watching you along the way. And I gotta say, I've been seeing some of the stuff you guys have been doing, and man, you guys are pretty freaking cool. Just saying.
It's true.
Clearly, I am delirious right now.
Yeah.
It feels like it's already been a long day, and it hasn't.
I know.
It's not even 2 yet.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like it's one of those things where I'm like,
It's a lazy Sunday now.
I felt the emotions of this episode, and now I'm kind of like,
now I need to recharge for the rest of
I
the day.
need to recharge.
that.
It's the rain too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gloomy weather today.
Yeah.
Love with a good book.
Gloomy weather and all that good stuff. Zach, did you watch the fights at all yesterday?
I did not. I was working.
Yeah, I didn't watch them either.
Do you know who won?
I do.
Who won between Strickland and Duplessis?
Who did you want to win?
Honestly, Strickland.
Oh, he did not win.
God damn it!
Some people thought he won. It came down to a split.
Some people thought he won.
Yeah.
Came down to a split decision.
Glad I didn't watch it.
But
Would have frustrated me.
Strickland was a pro. Afterwards, he gave
Spoiler.
credit to Duplessis.
I want to watch Izzy fight Duplessis.
I think that's who Duplessis wants to fight next. Yeah, it was a battle, from my understanding.
Good.
I guess that's what Dad was saying. And then there was a women's fight as well for a vacant championship.
Oh,
since
yeah.
Amanda Nunes is no longer champ. She's the GOAT, and she is now being the GOAT at being being a mother.
Mm-hmm.
She was there in attendance with her 2 daughters.
Good for her.
And it came down to Raquel Pennington versus I forgot the girl's name.
All right.
I just pulled the card.
Bueno Silva and Rocky won. Rocky is the champ. And with a name like Rocky, you would think you would be the champ, right? Like
You have to win.
you have to be a champ at some point.
Balboa.
Balboa. Rocky Balboa. Yeah, I'm just delusional, guys, right now. But yeah, fun episode, emotional episode. I think that's why I feel very drained right now, because it's emotional. I was getting all teary-eyed from some of the stuff we talked about, some of the scenes we covered, and some of the delivery that we did. And when I mean delivery, I mean Zach.
Thank you.
Zach, you did a great job, man, again.
Thank you.
Again, huge thanks to our AOT fam who join us every single stream, who listen to us whenever the episodes are out, who take the time to go ahead and just, again, support us in whatever capacity. Just so thankful for you guys. Remember, guys, to go ahead and look out for those future Q&As. As Lexi said, we post on Fridays and Saturdays, the Q&As and the poll. And again, your guys' feedback is just so appreciated, and we'd love to go ahead and cover and talk about that at the start of every episode.
Yep.
So shout out to the loyal listeners, shout out to all you guys, and that's all we got for you. In closing, again, as I say every single, that was close. That was so close. That was almost.
Oh my God, that was almost a buzzer beater.
Let's see it. Let's see the panic in Lexi's eyes when she drops her phone, but it doesn't fall.
The way that my first thing is I look up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
did he see that? I almost dropped my
So
phone.
close.
Almost
Lexi's
broke
been
it.
on. You've been on a good one.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Yeah. Well, Zach goes out there and yeah.
Blows on it.
But yeah, guys, just again in closing, I want to just say to be safe out there, guys. Don't know what the weather is like for every single one of you. We know that we've caught some rain here, nothing significant, but sometimes the weather is worse over in other locations. And if the weather is bad, I want to say just be safe, guys.
Careful of potholes.
Yeah, careful with potholes.
Careful with the ice.
Anybody that's dealing with ice and snow, exactly, please be safe. Spread that love and positivity, guys. We hate, we love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, guys. And I love you guys. And I hope to see you guys on Tuesday with us. If I don't see you guys on Tuesday, I hope to see you guys on Sunday when we continue this story. Because Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Raw.
Tuesday. Super Slap. You know what I mean, brother?
Okay.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Join us on Tuesday.
Okay, Whitebeard.
When we cry. Whitebeard.
No, it's a white.
Join me in my team when I go ahead and go after the One Piece. Lex, what do you have to say? Advice.
Lex is Palpatine.
Lexi is freaking Palpatine right now with her freaking little cute little hoodies she got on there. She's like, do it.
Little Ewok Palpatine.
I am the Senate.
Well, I was gonna ask if anyone had a Band-Aid.
That's your advice?
Yeah. Didn't have a Band-Aid?
I don't have a Band-Aid.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if you had a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
I see you holding your thumb and I'm like, did she cut
Does
herself?
anyone have a Band-Aid?
No.
We might.
Because I scraped my knee falling for you.
Oh.
We need to start adding a sound effect. The little Riz sound effect every time.
I need to do the face after.
I made a post last night and Abby said I had a light skin face.
Oh.
That was my fun fact.
Okay, guys, be safe.
Oh my gosh, that's great stuff, guys. All right, fun episode, guys. Love you guys. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. If not, we'll see you guys Sunday. All right, guys, be safe. Love you guys.